Winter is finally here. December is right around the corner. Kris Kringle will be taking a dump down your chimney. And of course, one more thing will be happening. New video games will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, admittedly, before researching this video, I thought it was going to be a kind of a light month for the Nintendo Switch. Not many games come out in the month of December. Of course, there's one massive game that's coming out to the Nintendo Switch in December. But other than that, I didn't really think there would be much to talk about. But surprisingly, there's a lot of games coming to the Nintendo Switch in December. And some of these games, actually, most of these games I definitely want to pick up and play. So what are the best games coming to the Nintendo Switch in the month of December? What's out there at retailers and what's out there in the eShop? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about the best upcoming games for the month of December for the Nintendo Switch.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards! Kicking things off on December 4th, we have Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom. Now, I think this game looks absolutely stunning. I get kind of burnt out on 2D games from time to time, but this game just has a beautiful visual style that I think is pretty much unmatched in the realm of 2D games. It is a spiritual successor to the Wonder Boy series, which was, of course, very popular on the Sega Master System. It's sort of a spiritual successor to Wonder Boy 3, which actually saw a remake and was another great game on the Nintendo Switch. It's an open-world side-scrolling adventure where a boy named Jin is trying to stop his Uncle Nabu's evil magic from taking over the land. Of course, you could transform into different monsters like you could in the Wonder Boy series. There's actually 6 different monsters you could transform into. You solve puzzles, you get new items, and much more. I think this game, like I said though, just looks absolutely gorgeous and beautiful, and it's definitely going to be sort of an under-the-radar game because a lot of 2D games sort of get that sort of stigma with them, but I think it's going to be a very popular game on the Nintendo Switch as well. It's definitely a game that you need to have on your radar, especially if you're an old school fan or a fan of the Wonder Boy series. And like I said, Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom will be released on the Nintendo Switch on December 4th. Also coming to us on December 4th is a sequel to a game that released last year on the Nintendo Switch. We reviewed it, and that is Gear Club Unlimited 2. Now, the first game was admittedly a bit mediocre. I didn't think it was necessarily all that bad. There's not many realistic racing games on the Nintendo Switch to choose from, so it sort of filled a hole, but I felt like it could have been a lot better. Now, it looks like they are trying to improve Gear Club Unlimited 2, though, to make it into a worthy sequel to the series and make this something that could be exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. They've improved the graphics and added a lot more cars. There's actually with 51 cars to choose from this time around. You're basically racing around a bunch of different environments in these high-end cars, which you can also customize as well, either visually or with engine upgrades, suspension upgrades, things like that. There's a big emphasis on terrain impacting the vehicles in this game, so you're going to be going over like rocky terrain, ice terrain, and it'll impact how your car handles. You also have online modes that are confirmed for the game, but it remains to be seen if they're going to have online races this time around. They've actually been a bit quiet on the online infrastructure of this game because if you remember in the original Gear Club, you only had leaderboard systems that you could access and you could race other people's ghosts to get the fastest time, but I definitely want to see a more traditional racing online mechanism in Gear Club Unlimited 2. I feel like if they improve the graphics, sound, and control of the game, at least minimalistically, and then also include online races, this could be a bit of a sleeper hit for racing fans. Like I said, Gear Club Unlimited 2 will be hitting the Nintendo Switch on December 4th. Coming up on December 6th is a game that I actually completely forgot was coming to the Nintendo Switch. I completely forgot it was coming out in December, and I'm very happy that I did this video because I was reminded, and that is Battle Princess Madeleine. Now, evil wizards have captured Madeleine's family, and you and your ghost dog Fritzy must get them back. It's definitely inspired by both the Wonder Boy series, but more importantly, the Ghouls and Ghosts series. And the game, once again, just looks absolutely amazing. It's another great-looking 2D game that will be available on the Nintendo Switch. A definitely different art style than the Monster Boy game that we talked about earlier, but I still think this looks absolutely great, especially for fans of Ghouls and Ghosts. It's got hand-drawn art. It actually has a self-adjusting difficulty meter based on how much you suck at the game, so it kind of realizes if you're not playing the game well and will adjust the difficulty to meet your settings, and it has a bunch of content. This game honestly looks like an absolute no-brainer. One of the biggest problems with Ghouls and Ghosts and all the home ports of it was just the fact that there was so much slowdown, but you could tell that this is definitely a modern take on the Ghouls and Ghosts franchise. Battle Princess Madeleine will be coming out on the Nintendo Switch on December 6th, and is definitely a game I'm looking forward to. On December 7th, we have not one, not two, but 3 retail releases coming to the Nintendo Switch that will also be available digitally as well. The first game I want to talk about is a game that, I don't think many people are really excited for. It's called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I believe, or something like that. A sort of party-style fighting game with a bunch of Nintendo characters from other franchises. Obviously, this game is the game that you are looking forward to in the month of December. It is the big release from Nintendo, and honestly, as a casual Smash fan, I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out. I want to see what this light mode and story mode thing is. I want to check out all the different spirits you can capture in the game, and of course, I want to play as the Belmonts. This is the no-brainer for the month of December. Everyone already knows about it. I'm not going to waste your time talking about it, but of course, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate does come out on December 7th. There's also different versions that include a Nintendo Switch or a Pro Controller, so be on the lookout for those things. Now, the second game I want to talk about is actually a game that is under the radar, and that is Katamari Damacy Re-Roll. Now, Katamari Damacy is a really unique and interesting game. I don't think I've ever played anything like it, and I probably will never play anything like it. You are basically trying to amass these huge balls of Katamari, which is basically just stuff in a world. And you roll this ball around, you try to make it as big as possible, and then you throw it into the cosmos, and it becomes a star. It's a really unique game, but it's a really fun game. I love playing this game on the PlayStation 2. It's a franchise that time has sort of forgotten about, but I haven't forgot about it, and I'm very excited to get my hands on Katamari Damacy Re-Rolled. That also comes out on December 7th. They've added in, of course, HD graphics, gyro controls, and HD rumble into the game, and there's even a 2-player mode. So it's definitely a game that's quirky, definitely a game that's different, but definitely a game you should check out. And the third game coming out on December 7th is the Sega Genesis Classics Collection on the Nintendo Switch. Now, of course, I talked about this game when it initially released on the Xbox One and the PS4, and I absolutely love this compilation. Do I already have a copy of this on the Nintendo Switch? Yes, I do. Can I talk about it yet? No, I cannot. But just be informed that it features over 50 Sega Genesis games. There's a bunch of different scan lines and modes you can do. There's online play as well. There's even some sort of challenges that you can access that sort of add to the games. You have to do a certain thing in a certain amount of time. We'll be doing a full review on all 3 of these games, of course, on the channel, but the Sega Genesis Classics Collection is finally coming to the Nintendo Switch on December 7th. So you got Katamari, you got Sega Genesis, and you got Smash Brothers, all releasing on December 7th for the Nintendo Switch. After a bit of downtime, on December 27th, 2 days after Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, Dynasty Warriors 8 Xtreme Legend Edition, that's a mouthful, will be coming out onto the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is the definitive edition of the 2014 game Dynasty Warriors 8, featuring most of the DLC offered in that original game. Of course, it is a hack and slash game with 82 different characters in a variety of game modes and settings set in the 14th century China. It's a warrior-style game, so you sort of know what you're getting into. Lots of hack and slash stuff, lots of fast-paced combos, and lots of people flying around the screen, but I think it looks pretty cool. I like the warrior style games. I definitely sort of like the Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warrior games more so than the Dynasty Warriors because they're characters I'm familiar with, but this is only going to be $39.99, and it seems like it was reviewed pretty decently when it originally came out, so I'm definitely sort of curious to check this game out. Like I said, Dynasty Warriors 8 Xtreme Legend Edition will be releasing on December 27th for your Nintendo Switch. And the final game I want to talk about is a game that is supposedly still coming out in December. Everywhere I looked still has it for a December release date, but I couldn't find a concrete release date for it, and that is Everspace Stellar Edition. Now, this game looks absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best looking games I've seen on the Nintendo Switch. It's a gorgeous 3D single player space shooter with procedurally generated random levels. It's roguelite, so you're gonna die a lot, but you can spend your credit earned in the game to get perks which will help you with the next run. There's NPCs who give you quests, resources to mine, and of course lots of crazy combat to endure while you're flying around in space. Like I said, this game is an actual, beautiful technical marvel to see playing on the Nintendo Switch, but I definitely want to see a concrete release date. This is supposed to get a physical and a digital release of the game, so where is this game's release date? Has it been delayed? According to everything I've seen, it's still on track for December, so I hope it is. Everspace Stellar Edition, supposedly on track for December, but it may fall into 2019. Alright, and those are the best upcoming Nintendo Switch games for the month of December. Like I said, there's a good mixture of stuff on here, you know. I've completely forgot about Battle Princess Madeleine. I think Gear Club Unlimited 2 has some potential. On the 7th, you got Katamari, you got Sega Genesis, you got Super Smash Brothers. It's going to be a pretty crazy month for your wallet in the month of December. So let me know in the comments section down below which of these games you plan on picking up in the month of December, or if I missed a game that you're interested in that's releasing in the month of December that I should check out, let me know in the comments section down below about that as well. And as always, thank you for checking out this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We do one of these videos every month for the upcoming Nintendo Switch games for the next month. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.